In this video, we will learn how to create Alexa skill set. First step of creating skill set is to have a developer account. So log on to developer.amazon.com and register yourself as a developer. Once you do that, then you can log on with your user ID and password to access Alexa Developer Console. So here I will show you one simple skill set. We can start with create skill, and then when you click on create skill, it asks you different options in terms of, do you want to start with a custom skill sets, or there are some tailor-made skill sets that you can reuse and modify it to meet your skill set requirement. So we'll give some name. Let's call it as test skill, and we will use a custom design. Then it allows you to select programming language that you want to do and where you want to host it. Either you can have your own environment where you can deploy your code, or if you just select hosted option, then it would be automatically hosted on AWS server and you don't have to provision server or resources from your site. So I'm just going to select Alexa hosted Python, and then I will just click create skill. It takes a while, and what it does is it takes you to the next page where it would ask you what kind of custom skill you want to do. Do you want to create a skill like hello world, or you want to have fact-based skills or high-low gaming skills? So these are the standard template that it offers to you. We'll go with hello world skill and then continue with template. It will take a while, and then on next page it would start with the basic options. And a good part about Alexa Developer Console is it has testing and deployment options within within same console, which makes it easy for developers to quickly build, test, and debug the skill sets. So it will take a while because it's using a template and it's trying to build an environment as well along with that skill set for us. So let's wait for it to come back. Okay, so here it is. Please pay attention because this is the most important part of skill set, and rest all is very easy. So what all it has done, if you look on the right side, this step has created most of the things for us. It has created an endpoint, that means it has created an environment for you. It has built some basic model based on a hello world template. It has already added intent samples and slots. I will talk about it and explain what exactly it means. It has given us an invocation name. So we'll start with the invocation name first. Invocation name is a name that you would start with to inform Alexa what particular skill set you want to invoke. For example, if I say a test skill set, I might like to say a word saying, Alexa, please start test skill set, or please run test skill set. So it should be more than 2 words. That's what is recommended. So we'll call test me, or let's say test now. Okay, now this is an invocation name. So if I say Alexa, run test now, that's where this skill will get invoked. What is required next is, after invocation, there would be certain intents. Within a skill, you can have multiple intents. By default, uh, there are four intents that Amazon adds. What Alexa should do when you cancel uh, or want to cancel the in, cancel skill set after invocation. If you need help, what Alexa should do. If you want to stop it or navigate it. So these are the built-in intents that Alexa offers. And Hello World is the intent that is provided as we selected Hello World as a skill set. Now we'll just see what exactly intent is. So once we invoke the skill sets, then it would look at the intents and some of the words you need to provide as a sample utterance for an intent. You can have multiple intents here, but once Alexa starts using the skills based on the next words that you use, Alexa would decide what is the intent of an user. For example, this looks like an hello intent when user would say hello, how are you, say hi, or something like that, right? So let's try and create a new intent altogether. For that, we'll go to intents option, and there's an option which will be available called as add intent. Now let's use intent name as city detail. Detail intent. Create custom intent. What I wanted to do here is the user would pass a city name, and based on that you want to give some information about that city, or you'll just say hello, you are into city intent. That's what we'll do here. One of the thing that comes first for intent is utterances. What exactly user would say for invoking particular intent, or the utterances would give or clarify the intent of an user. So for city detail, I can say city please provide information about a particular city. So we can use a variable, and this is where a concept of slots comes in a picture. So let's say I will call this as a city, as a slot, and as this slot is not there, I will create or add a slot. When I will add a slot, it gives an option, or it actually allows us to create a value for different slot. So I'll first add this one. When I will add this, it would allow me to add a slot, and the slot would come here, and here you can give options of city, and there are few readily available slot types that you can use, and city is one of it. So what we did, we gave an utterance, we created a slot called a city, and that slot type we mentioned here. We can give some more utterances because Alexa uses its machine learning logic or algorithm to go and get more words, but from our side it's better to give 3 to 4 different type of utterances which can let Alexa realize this intent. So one is please provide information about city. Where is this city? I would like to visit the city. Okay, so we'll just pause here. I think I don't want to make it complex. We'll just go through simple logic here. So once that's done, so what we did, we created a new intent called a city detail intent, and we used a functionality of a slot. We told Alexa this particular slot is related to city. We'll just save it, and what I mean by save is we would be saving this model. So the moment we save this model, then next step is we need to do is a build model. When we build a model, okay, so sorry, yeah, something went wrong, build model failed, invocation name must start with a letter and can only contain lower cases. So it looks like in invocation we used uppercase, that might be causing a problem. So I changed it, save model, build model. Okay, so it's building a model, let's see where it goes. I hope this time it will be successful. Let's see. What it does is it goes through slot, it checks whether there are no conflicts when it comes to utterances, and if everything is fine, it would successfully build the model. Okay, so looks like we are good this time, full build successful. Now we'll just use this evaluate model option to make sure where Alexa is able to get into right utterances, right? So for example, when I will try hello as an intent, based on hello utterance, it would say, okay, selected intent is hello word intent, which is good. But when I say, please give me information about London, then it should go and invoke my other intent. Wow, good. So it's saying city detail intent, and if you can see, it was able to recognize the slot as well as London, that user is interested into London. So this is a quick test that we can perform, and based on this everything looks fine. Now what's happened so far is we created invocation world, we created a new intent. Now we need to go and look at the code. Now as we are using Alexa build environment, then we can edit code directly here. When we go with our own resources, in that case we have to write our lambda function, and we need to invoke that lambda function, or we need to link that lambda function with the Alexa skill ID. But this is not required if we're using Alexa hosted skill set. Now we'll just do a simple trick here. It's very easy. So the basic logic that is used here is there's a skill builder that is built, and the builder should be aware of the intent. So for example, if there's a hello world intent, I'm gonna use a new intent handler for city detail intent, right? So let's call it the city detail intent handler, and we just need to copy this one as well, because we have to write and build similar function for that intent. So if I really go up here, this is a hello world intent. I will just copy paste this one, and I will make city detail intent out of it. So I'm saying, okay, this is a class hello world intent. I'm building a new class called as city detail intent abstraction request handler. If my intent is city detail intent with this thing, and in that case I just want to say you are into city detail function. That's it. So let's save it, and we'll see if it's doing its job. Now we can go to quick test, or even we can do a deploy, I believe, first. Okay, so what's happening now is, okay, deploy successful. So whatever changes we made to this lambda function, so this lambda function is deployed now. And if I go to test and we'll say, okay, it's asking me, do I want to allow my microphone to be used? I'm saying yes. I'm going to development coding and we'll start with, hi Alexa. Okay, hi.
Hello.
Okay, so Alexa is there. So way to invoke intent is run test skill, right? But it's not test skill, test me. That's the invocation word we used.
I found a few matches for that.
Okay,
Do you mean geography quiz?
right. So looks like our utterance is not unique and that's causing a problem. So we would go and try and make it very simple and unique. Yeah, so we'll just go back to build. And we will say my invocation, oh, what's test now? Maybe that's where it went wrong. Should I try it again? Maybe let's try it again. It was not test me, it was test now. Let's allow. I
Hi there.
run test now.
Welcome. You can say hello or help. Which would you like to try?
Perfect. So this is a welcome intent that got invoked from test now. So now if I say hello, it would invoke a hello intent, but I want to run a city detail, right? So please provide information about, okay, let's take some city, maybe Cardiff.
You just triggered city detail intent.
Cool, here it is. So what happened, it shows us in detail as well what is the input JSON. So our voice command is getting converted into JSON, and based on the intent and based on the Alexa's processing, based on whatever intent, utterances and model, voice model that we build, based on that Alexa is generating this particular JSON, and that JSON get passed to lambda function, and we can just keep on playing and modifying this JSON to make and add a lot of other logic to handle complex requests or to do different kind of processing. We can add code to uh, insert record into database, or we can write an additional coding to invoke or call external websites and get response from external website. So you can pull information out of database and respond back. Also, as you have seen, we can pass control to different intents, and you can have a complex block or additional logic to to invoke different REST APIs or insert statements to database. That's it for this video, and I hope this is a good starting point for you guys to take it forward and keep on learning and getting into more complex skill building. Thank you.